Been thinking a lot about life lately. 25 years young with my boy.
What's good? What's good?
And I think something I wanted to talk about was, what have you learned in 25 years of living? And I really got into some deep thought, man, of what's happened in my life, what's happened to me in life, what's happened for me in life. And I feel like what I've learned in 25 years is, if you don't truly care for yourself and care for your future and have your own back, it's rare that someone else is going to have your back. And the truth of the matter is, even some of your parents, even some of your close friends, even some of your best friends can be the ones that don't even have your back. So what I've learned is that if you're not living a life that truly fulfills you, if you're not living a life that truly makes you happy, in the end, it's only going to hurt one person. And that person's going to be yourself. So that's like the message that I wanted to really spread starting off this video is, live your life for yourself. Live your life for an audience of one. Live your life for yourself and God, because really that's all that matters. And just being a good, genuine person and doing those things will make you live a life that you truly enjoyed, that'll make you happy and make yourself proud. And honestly, I think that's all we're looking for in life. What do you think, man? 25 years of living, 25 years young. What's something you've learned?
I would say something I've learned my 25 years of living. The biggest thing would probably be patience. Just throughout, playing sports my whole life and not having the opportunity if I was on the bench or if I wasn't starting or not getting the playing time I want. I've always had to learn with patience. And even now at my age, where things are, the goals I had when I was younger aren't really there for me anymore, because I always wanted to be, in the professional sports and doing things with sports. But now at this age, I'm just trying to learn and live life and be patient and trust what God has in store for me. So I would say the biggest thing is patience. And I've always kept God close to me. I have Proverbs 3:5 on my arm, is trust in the Lord with all your heart. And why I have that on me is because, you just got to trust in the Lord. Like, you don't know when your time is coming. You can't look at other people's lives and see, like, I should be there or be jealous. Or I should be there. I should be my life and things like that. So you always got to be, you got to be patient. So that would be the biggest thing in my 25 years of living that I've learned.
Man, I love that message, because as you know, bro, like, I live by the 3 P's, man: practice, perseverance, and patience. And I couldn't agree more with the same in my life. Like, I feel like, when you're younger, we always say these things like, at this age, I'm gonna have this many kids. At this age, I'm gonna have this job. At this age, I'm gonna have this career.
Yep.
Man, it's so funny, because as I got older, I've realized that you might have a plan, but God's plan is gonna be better than your plan, right? Like, God's plan has allowed me to play soccer at my dream university. It allowed me to play professional soccer. Man, I never would have thought I would stop playing professional soccer, though, right? After that injury, I still thought I was gonna come back stronger than ever. But that injury happened to me not to hurt me, but it happened to me to learn and, like you said, be patient, but also find new avenues to pivot in life. Like, without that injury, bro, I don't think I write the book. Without that injury, bro, I don't think I start content. So that injury may have hurt one thing, but that injury, in order for something new to come into your life, that means something else has to go away. And that's why I think, like you saying, bringing up patience is so strong, because that's exactly what it is when in life I feel like you have to pivot too.
Yep.
Like, you got to be patient. You got to realize, what can you do in this time to pivot, though, and learn from that and make the best out of every situation.
Yeah.
What are some things that you wish you could have told your younger self as you were growing up, and that now, being 25?
Things I wish I would have told myself when I was younger. Um, just I'll probably say keep your family and friends close. Nowadays you see a new passing or a new celebrity or one of your friends or a new cousin or anybody just passing away and you haven't talked to them in a while or told them that you love them. So I would say just, tell people you love them. Tell your closest friends that you appreciate them for being in your life and being there when you need them. And just keep everybody close that you want to keep close. Keep the bad people away, keep the negative away, and keep everybody you want in your life close and appreciate that. Because God put them in your life for a reason, and He put you in their life for a reason. So I would say that would be that.
Nah, that's real because I feel like we take things for granted, bro. We take our friends for granted. We take our family for granted. And maybe one of the only times that we really don't take them for granted and cherish them and talk about how great they were in our lives, and how important they were in our lives is when they pass away at their funerals. And what I'm learning is why does it take for someone to pass away? It takes for someone to be gone for us to appreciate how influential they've been in our life, how supportive they were. And so I couldn't agree more. That's like something we gotta change, and that's something I've been trying to work on as much as possible. Like whenever someone comes into my mind and I think about them, I try to be like, "Hey, check in on them. I was thinking of you today," or just be like, "Man, I love you. Like I appreciate you, what you're doing. I appreciate you being in my life." And I think that's something I can still get better at too. Is like just truly being present and appreciative and grateful. And I think, like you said too, like we got to realize God placed these people in our lives for a reason, and also they place us in their lives for a reason. That's big for me. I think something I wish I could have told my younger self is don't take any moment for granted. I think as I've gotten older, I realized that when I was younger, I used to always say, "Oh, I want to get older. I want to grow up." And now that I'm 25, you're like, man, I really did appreciate waking up in those slow mornings on a Saturday morning in the Midwest. All I would hear is the birds chirping, my friends outside riding bikes, turning on cartoons in the morning. Couldn't wait to go play outside. Now I'm 25 and you got responsibilities. You got bills to pay. You got car notes. You got things like that. And it just makes you put things into perspective, even when you're playing like little league football or for me, like club soccer. Like, man, I'll never forget those like tournament days, being at the fields all day. My parents driving me, man, to and from games, maybe 3 times to the same field, being there all day, just staying at the fields. I mean, I get that you can probably relate being at like little league and like that stuff you take for granted. But then I've also realized that like I had a really good dinner with my family last weekend, and it was so good because not one time did money come up, not one time did people's jobs come up. All that came was like us talking about memories. And it was deep for me because I was like, that's what really matters in life. It's not money, it's not your job or career. Like those things help your life for sure. Don't get it twisted, but it's all about, you're gonna really remember the memories, how you made people feel, how people made you feel, what experiences you had with people. So that's what I'm learning, bro. It's like, that's what I wish I could tell my younger self, just to appreciate every little moment and don't take anything for granted. That's what I would say.
The little league days, man. I wish I could be back a kid watching my shows, Victorious, watching Wizards of
Man,
Waverly Place.
H2O, man, I used to love the mermaids on H2O, man. Where they at now, man? Where they at now?
Love kicking up, eating some Pop-Tarts.
Well, hey, what was your favorite Pop-Tart flavor? I was just talking to somebody the other day.
It switched from brown to cinnamon.
That was mine, the brown sugar cinnamon.
I think it wasn't strawberry, it was the cherry one. So I went
Okay.
from the cherry to the brown sugar, like it was switched.
Okay.
So, yeah, what was yours?
I'm gonna say mine was a brown sugar cinnamon. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
I gotta go with
that
that
shit was
one.
smacking.
Um,
Did you ever heat your Pop Tarts up? Or
I did, yeah,
did you?
but I preferred it cold
Yeah,
though.
yeah, me too.
I preferred it cold. Yeah, that was my go-to. What is something you are, I'll say, struggling with life right now, or something that you want to improve on in life right now?
Okay, I give both. So something I'm struggling with right now is, trying to figure out myself. Like I've always, growing up, you was always, you had a, if you was playing sports, you was always into sports. You were always trying to be better at your sport. But when that's all over and done with, it's like, who are you? And I'm just trying to figure out what job, what area, what field would I be best in, and just trying to navigate that is just, it's just struggling right now, but it's also fun trying to figure out
Mm-hmm.
who you are and
Mm-hmm.
what you like and who you want the people you want to be around, things like that. So that'll be my struggle. And then something I would want to improve on would be, I think, being able to plan.
Mm.
I've always was just everything on the fly. Like, oh, I got this. It started off in like when I was little, like, oh, homework, I'll push it to the side. So it just started, pushing things to the side and procrastinating. But as I get older, I want to improve on, oh, I have to go to the store tomorrow. I have to do my laundry tomorrow. I have to pick up these things before I go out, before I hang out with friends. It happens just because we're adults now. We got to do all the bills and stuff. But something I want to improve on is just, planning out a little better. Planning out my mornings. Even planning out, like I've been in the gym a lot recently and trying to better my life and better get my body right. So just planning what meals I'm eating, planning what workouts I'm doing. And the end goal is to be able to help other people with their fitness journey. So, just being able to plan. And that's something I would like to improve on this year and going on.
Nah, I love that, and especially the beginning, bro. When you were talking about like who are you? Like that's one of the hardest things, especially coming from a former athlete. Once that's done, is like, what is your identity, right? And even when you get a new career, even when you get a new job, that's still not your identity. That's like that's just something that you do.
Yeah.
That's why I always hate like the question of like when people first like meet somebody, they're like, hey, how you doing? Like, what's your name? What do you do?
Yeah.
Like, I want to answer that question and be like, oh, what do I do? I play soccer for fun. I like to hang out with my friends. I like to watch YouTube. I like to create content. That would be what I do. What do I do for work is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think we like to make these things that are supplemental, like be the end all be all of who we are. But that's not it. And I love how you said like it's something that you're trying to figure out, but it's fun.
Right.
Because that's something that I've learned too, that I also wish I told myself when I was younger, is like, bro, life is all about perspective. It's all about how you look at something, right? Something that you might think is so-called bad could be something that's about to help you build a new characteristic, build a new character that you wouldn't have built if this kind of obstacle or difficult thing didn't come your way.
Right.
So I love that one. I would say for me, something that I'm struggling with is, I would say lust is really difficult. Like not just lust when it comes to women, but lust when it comes to also like seeing the glitz and glamour on social media. Right? Like sometimes you see people driving these fancy cars, you see people in these mansions and stuff, which is good to have in your mind that those are goals that you want to reach. That's cool. But when it comes to a point where that's like all you want, or you put someone's value just because they have those things, that's when you know it's wrong.
Right.
And I feel like for me, I've started to learn a lot about myself and like why I felt this way, right? I think it comes from a lot of childhood stuff and childhood like possible trauma, but it's also of like things that happen to you, things that have gone on in your life you got to realize that it's not an excuse. What are you going to do to change it? What are you going to do to live the life now that you want? So that's what I've learned. And that's what I'm trying to change my mindset on is lust. Like I'm learning too, like there's always going to be good looking women out there. There's always going to be something that looks like it's greener on the other side. But the truth of the matter is the grass is green where you water it, right? So there's always going to be things that look like they're gold. But the truth of the matter is a lot of it's going to be fool's gold. A lot of it's going to be fake. It's going to shine, but it ain't going to be valuable. So that's something that I'm learning, and that's something that I've struggled with. And I feel like something that's really helped me is finding someone that loves me for me, finding someone or finding things that also I have value in that aren't monetary value. That bring me fulfillment and joy just because I'm getting to move my body, just because it's something that allows me to be creative. I'm getting joyous because I'm allowed to hang out and talk with my friends. That is what truly matters. So that's something I've struggled with that I'm really getting better at, but it's a constant journey, constant battle in life. And something I want to improve on, and I love yours of like, man, like being planning and stuff, like something tell me a lot is like creating a to-do list almost every day, bro. That stuff really has helped me be on task and be structured, I would say. But something I want to improve on is being more present, like in every moment being present, whatever I'm doing. Because sometimes I feel like I do a good job not really being on my phone unless it's for like work or content. But I do feel like sometimes I'll be in places or with people when I'm not truly present. And I don't want to live or die knowing that, man, I had such great experiences, but sometimes I know in the back of my mind, I wasn't present during all of them. And I don't want to live like that. So that's something I'm really trying to work on. And I feel like what's helped me be more present is taking deep breaths, putting my phone down, and just like really being where my feet are and just enjoying people's company, enjoying what I'm doing in that specific moment. And when you do that, you realize like there's a more type of discipline that comes to it, a stronger work ethic. So I feel like that's something I'm trying to improve on as well, as like just really being more present in life in all moments.
I like that presence. Like me and Channing go on walks a lot every day, usually, to get our steps in, and to stay fit. But what I like to do sometimes, like I listen to my podcast when I walk, but then a certain amount of time throughout my walk, I turn my headphones off and I would just listen. I listen to the birds, the cars drive by, listen to my steps in the rocks. I'll look at the trees and just be like, I'm in the present right now. This is what really matters. I'm blessed to be able to even walk, to be able to be outside and not fear for my life. So I'm just being present. I like that, Shane. So
Yeah, no, I love how you said like, bro, sometimes we take the little things for granted. Like even us just walking right now, man, you know how many people that can't walk, right? They might have an injury. They might have been paralyzed. They may not have shoes to walk. Like that's the things you got to put into perspective. And I love how you said on your walk, sometimes you're just listen. Like we take nature for granted sometimes.
Yeah.
Like nature is like one of the easiest ways to be present. Like look at things super in-depthly. Like look at the little details. Hearing sounds. Like those are all things that allow you to put things into perspective and realize, man, like I am grateful. I am appreciative. So, man, I love how you do that on your walks too. What does like the rest of your life look like? If it's your dream life, what does that look like for you?
I think my dream life right now, in this moment, would be to be able to help people on just bettering their life, even when it comes to, either help people navigate even relationships, their fitness goals, just navigate a better life. But I'm really into the fitness side right now. So there's a lot of people who want to be able to get fit. They know what it takes to get fit, but they don't want to, they need that extra push. So I think right now, into the future, I want to be able to help people get fit, help people feel confident into themselves and, like feel their body right, but also in their mind. Make sure they're confident in themselves in their mind and not talking down on themselves and saying, oh man, I could have did this, that. Just bettering themselves and just keeping that journey alive, and starting, and end goes to also starting to do a little fitness clothing and fitness brands and apps and a whole. We have a lot of things in store that I want to keep. So we'll see where everything goes, man. I'm just blessed living this life and seeing where God takes me.
Nah, I love that. And I feel like what's so cool about that though is that, like, I said, what does your dream life look like? But everything that he said his dream life looked like involved other people. It involves service. And I feel like when you involve other people and you involve service, you involve helping others, is when your life is truly fulfilled. Like, even people that make millions and billions of dollars, they wouldn't have been able to reach that unless they're able to serve and help others. Because the truth of the matter is, even if it's a product that they created, like an iPhone, like, he's a billionaire man, the owner of Apple. But the reason why he's a billionaire man is because he's able to make it easier for people to communicate. He's provided a service that is going to help so many people in the world. So I think even though it's something that's going to be your dream life, it's how do you help others? And he just showed that. Like you said, though, we got a lot in the works that's going to, change the landscape. We just waiting for the right time.
Yes,
You gotta trust God's plan with everything. With his creative juices that he's given you, with the plan that he's given you. You just gotta trust it. But best believe he gave you that dream and that goal for a reason. So you gotta make him happy. You gotta make him proud and put your all into it. I would say my dream life, what it looks like for me, is just getting 1% better every day, mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever that looks like. And I really want my foundation to be the largest soccer foundation in the country, helping people with soccer, literacy, mindset, being someone that has a for-profit company as well, involving the growth mindset and soccer as well. And then building, like you said, like a fitness brand. Like we got the 1% clothing, but we want to make that even bigger. So, and we got something else on the way, but those are kind of things I want to do in my dream life. And then of course, down the road, start a family and be a good father. And I just want to really support my family. Like, I would love to retire my mom and dad. I would love to have a family compound. I would love to have something where we got a group chat of friends that, like, man, I really, if it wasn't for them, bro, like, there's times where I for sure wouldn't be sane. Like, I would for sure drive myself insane. But sometimes all you need is to, like, be in that group chat making fun of each other. All you need sometimes is to be in that Discord talking to them to realize, man, like, this is what life is all about.
Wow.
So I would love to, like, be in a position where, hey, one of my boys wants to, like, fly out for a weekend and just hang out. Hey, bro, I already got you. We got the jet on the way. Like, or I bought you a plane ticket. Or, like, yeah, we got a house for all the boys to just collaborate, enjoy whenever you want to. You still got your own thing, but whenever you want to come, like, pull up. That's, like, my kind of dream life. It's just really being around people that care for me and that I care for, and that I can continue to get the best out of myself and the best out of them. That's what like my dream life looks like for me. So I think, like, the way to get there is just staying present, taking one day at a time, taking one goal at a time, and in the end you'll usually get there. What do you say? What do you think, like, has helped you develop this mindset that you have? Have you always had it? Were there life lessons that, like, made you, like, have this mindset, or how'd you get it?
I wouldn't say I've always had it. Sometimes people say they always had it, but some things you just got to grow into, and, like, with age and different circumstances that happened. But I would say the biggest shift changed recently as I became older. And people say your age, that's when your brain develops.
Yup, they be saying that.
But yeah, I just been trying to change my life. I see people live the life that I also want for myself, and by that, people would see that and hate and be like, nah, they don't deserve it. But I always be like, yes, I like how they did that. They probably put in work, because I know I'm not there yet and I'm putting in the work. So I know they probably put in the work just as much as everybody else, who's has money or is successful in life. But yeah, I would say yes, definitely a new thing, and just keeping the right people in your circle. That's also my circle is small now compared to in high school. Everybody this and that, but you keep good people in your circle, everything will go up. Your life, your just everything will be able to go up. You keep your circles small, keep it tight, and people you trust and love. Mindset change, body change, everything will change.
I love how you talked about how you see other people that are successful and you use it as motivation. You use it as like showing that it's possible.
Yep.
And I've seen like a lot of us, we see people that are successful, we see people that are doing well, and we hate, or we're like, they don't deserve that, or like they got lucky. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, no one that's in a position that got to where they are is just completely lucky, unless they won the lottery. Like, they had to put in some work. They had to do something that separated themselves. Like, a lot of these content creators, man, they tried and tried and tried, and then they were successful. Like, a lot of these athletes, you don't see their losses. Like, there were sleepless nights. There were times where they worked out when no one else was around. There were times where they couldn't get a ride to practice. They did it anyway. So, looking at social media kind of makes us think life is all rainbows and roses and sunshine. It's not that. There's gonna be dark days. There's gonna be times you don't want to do something, but it's about how much do you have that why? How much do you have that discipline? Like, what's gonna push you to really get there? And I think, like you said, my mindset, I've always been different and goal oriented, but where I got the 1% better every day mindset was from when I was at my dream college at Ohio State. Man, it was my sophomore year, and I was playing. I played as a freshman. I played as a sophomore, starting some games. But my sophomore year, I wasn't starting as many games as I thought I should, because the super team was starting over me. And at the end of the year, we have a coaches meeting, and they're like, we always thought he was going to produce, so that's why he started over you most games. And I was really frustrated, so I entered the transfer portal. And like I said, Ohio State was my dream school since I was a little boy, and I had to come to terms and be like, what do I look like transferring from my dream university just because it got a little difficult and there's a little adversity? And I really start to live by the 1% better every day, call myself a 1%er, like doing what the 99% won't do to be a part of the 1%. And that's what's changed my life. So I had to grow into that mindset as well. And that's what helped me, just like Jalen said. So these are from two young brothers that are 25 years young, that have a long way to go in life, that are nowhere near satisfied, but appreciative of everything that has happened to us in life, everything that's happened for us. And we're just excited to see what the future will lead to, even though we just almost got ran over. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all lock in with us with the content. Y'all lock in with us on the life journey. We're never satisfied, like we said, and neither should you. You got any last words?
Yeah, man, just stay tuned, man. Stay locked in. 1% better every day. It might not seem like a lot, but that 1% starts to add up. So yeah, just keep staying right, keep getting right. Keep your family close, family love them, trust the Lord. Deuces.
Much love always. 1% better every day. Keep going. Don't stop. We out.